working with Marti today. She's in a workshop right now teaching people how to adapt their novel to a screenplay, working with Kevin du Toit. And you guys, it's only 5 minutes in and already really juicy, mind-blowing information. We just learned that Writer Duet is a really great program to use for writing your screenplay. I wanted to step out here and introduce this real quick. We're going to be popping in and out all day, or for the next, I should say for the next hour. But I wanted to let you know that that's what we're doing. So we're going to sneak in here and I'm going to show you some conversation on adapting a novel. So stay with me and we'll be coming in and out. And I'm so glad you're here. You guys, this class is going to be rocking. So here we go.
This slide, you guys put them on the cards, the 3x5s. I do that for my novels, but I haven't for my screenplays.
I do it now for novels after doing the screenplay. So that's how you would reverse your story from script, take those and start writing, filling in the fluff into a novel. I can talk about that more. These are actual, where's the cards? This is actual cards from a horror movie we're writing, and I have another set, this one. I think it's in here. Yeah. This is some more stuff that we did on a, this is exactly what they look like. There's no organization, they're big messy cards. And the way I did it, and the way Kevin did it with me, he tolerated this, is I put it all over a table. Do you remember that? We were just mixed up.
Absolutely.
Then tried putting them on a wall, so it says a big wall. A lot of people do that. That's bizarre. This is just not working, man. I'm telling you. Okay. So the first word you type, you put onto that. The first word you type, obviously, in any screenplay is
Fade in.
fade in. That's the funnest thing to write. Is fade in, because
Yeah,
that's like once upon a time.
Always think of the final picture. And you're writing for a purpose and a reason, and you don't want to see your content come alive. I cannot emphasize to you how fantastic that feeling is seeing your written words actually become real. So when you're writing, think of every movie you've seen, every story you've read, however, that the final picture is painted live. That's how this is going to work. So your mind gets really super creative and it flips on a switch, and then you'll start writing for the film. So every time you watch a movie, it fades in. Or there's a cut, but it fades in. So that's really where you're trying to get. You're trying to get the final part. Don't think of where you're starting. Think of where you're going to end. The finish line.
So you get your ideas, and they can be scattered. This is one. There's a producer, he's a writer. His daughter's in Hunger Games, named Mike Yearman, and Mike has he calls it the BAM method of writing, and honestly, I don't remember what the BAM stands for, but basically, in a nutshell, he just writes things down on a card, or writes them down on a Word document somewhere, and just saves them. He goes all over the place. So he'll write first, the end, and then just add things in, right?
Mm-hmm. Anyway, if you're at a coffee shop and you have an idea, don't think you'll remember it. I know you know this. Write it down, write it down, write it down. If it's not written down, you will forget it. You will. It is given. Your thoughts, you're having 1,000 thoughts in a second, you will forget that content. And that will be your golden nugget. So it's those ideas when you're lying in bed at night, oh, you think, oh, I'm too tired right now, I'll write it down in the morning. No, Steven Spielberg sleeps with a notepad next to his bed. His best ideas come as he's about to crash for the night. That's what coming.
Yeah.
Jot them down, because you will not, remember, you will not. It's not possible. The mind is too active. It's too in la la land to remember anything the next morning.
Well, that's why, like, if you have it on some kind of card, and I'm not saying you have to do it this way to make it right. There's no rules, really, until you get to the formatting. Just however you remember it. You know, record it into your audio on your phone, or, you know, a sticky tab, or whatever works. Just something so you've got your ideas. And then you're going to take them and put them on a board. There's several ways to do it. This is from this book, Save the Cat. I'm sure some of you have read it. Is it still the Bible up there?
It used to be. There's a few advances, but Save the Cat is kind of that was the hoorah of Hollywood.
So it's kind of messed up.
And that's the one that I told Marti to get that really elevated her screenplay writing. Because this is the creative process here. However, to really get acknowledgement, even from Harry Potter, you've got to go the moving pictures way. You even know that about search engines today and social media. People don't want to read content anymore. They want either bite-sized content or images. They're looking for pictures or moving images, you know, YouTube videos and so forth. So that really elevated her to the next level from novel writing to screenplay.
So when Blake Snyder put together a how-to, and honestly, we really didn't use this, did we?
No, it's just an understanding.
But this is helpful.
What happened with Marti was, I spent about 6.5 years in post-production at DreamWorks, and my job was to take everything from Minority Report to AI, artificial intelligence, and do budgets for them. So every word had a dollar amount to it. So I didn't know this at the time. I just looked at it as an amazing job at working for DreamWorks. Oh, it was actually Amblin. I was working with Steven's production company, not for the studio, for his production company. So I was given the scripts, and I spent about 3 months doing the budgets for these scripts, taking each sentence, every action, every word said, every location, and putting together a budget. And then at the end of the day, there were many of us in the post-production. It wasn't just me. He's got an army working for him. Even on his movie sets, he's got an army working for him. So you get to understand how to take a script. I remember when I read Catch Me If You Can, and I was thinking about this, going to Catch Me If You Can. It blew my mind how amazing the script was. I'm sure the book was just as incredible, but I didn't read many books, I only read lots of scripts. What I did come to realize was after 6.5 years of reading screenplays, in my mind, I had started to build a formula, a structure. So when I started reading scripts, I started realizing that they were all the same. It's like a universe. The universe is perfect, right? It's not 1 degree off, because if it was 1 degree off, I mean, you'd have this serious crack in your universe. So the mind, its human nature, understands simple things, not complex. We're not Einstein, not rocket scientists. So once I started understanding that, when I went into screenplay writing, I just kind of spewed my mind out on paper, the formula and the system, because that's all what they know. Nobody wants to reinvent the system because they're making a lot of, at the end of that's about making money, and making dreams a reality. So you make the dreams a reality, the reward is financial. So don't try to reinvent what you cannot reinvent, it's not possible. You cannot go up against a monster like Hollywood. You're going to fail. So rather set yourself up for success, give them what they want, and they'll give you what you want, is the freedom to create more, to have financial freedom, to go and make more movies, meet more producers and directors and so forth, to make more content. So that really was the goal at the end of the day. So when I finished working for Steven, I decided I wanted to go to the independent world and start making movies. I went to film school, and when I went there, they said, Kevin, you're already advanced. Why are you coming here? I said, I want to actually make movies now. Now that I've been working in the film industry, I want to start making movies. I said, no, don't do that. Rather go into advanced screenplay writing. I said, but I don't want to write. I want to make movies. I had this sort of disconnect in my train of thought. I want to be the Spielberg and not just the writer. And they said, no, when you write the story, when you create your baby, you own this. This is the intellectual property that's going to get you to the big screen. That was my aha moment. So even though I've been in Hollywood for 16 years, I still hadn't, there's a disconnect. Because I disconnected myself from the content. So this is your throne. And when you own this, you own this, we call it the IP, intellectual property, which is really, to us, it's our baby. But in Hollywood, it's business. Hollywood is business. They don't care about you. They care about this.
And I'm going to add something to that. This is my opinion. This is not from Hollywood. But my opinion is as writers who have written novels, this is one of your best, if you copyrighted and done it. And I'm not saying don't replace the copyright. You need to copyright your scripts, and you need to register them with the Writers Guild. That's a given. But this is intellectual property that is married to this. They're exactly the same thing. So if somebody comes back on me and says, well, let me read your script, and then they go rewrite it and put different names in and whatever, I still have evidence that this was my story. So I've told everybody that we have written scripts where we're hired to write screenplays for people. And every single one of our clients, without fail, I've said, if you are smart, you will get a book written behind that, because it's like a double backup protection. So that's why I think what you want to do is a great idea.
Think of it as merchandise. Product that they can sell along with that and duplicate that and then make kids. So I mean, look at Star Wars. They have their
Which is
own,
a cowboy in Indian show.
Absolutely, yeah. That's all it is. So if you come to Hollywood with a package deal, now they'll take you very serious. So my goal is, and why I moved out of Hollywood, and so they sort of knocked on our door, is because when you're in that kind of that circle there, they treat you as one of them. It's very hard to kind of prove yourself and say, hey, I'm an amazing writer, I've got some great content. You almost have to kind of go out the backyard, out of the garage, and make yourself a react, and they can knock on your door. So there is a disconnect there, because when you're a family, you're all buddies. But if something outside becomes very popular, they come knocking at your door, and that's really the goal. You don't have to be in Hollywood to make Hollywood movies. You can be Sundance, you can be in New Zealand, South Africa.
Which is why books are good too, and you notice most of the films now are made from books, but these producers, in fact, when I was just approached recently by a producer, the first question they asked was, how many books have you sold? We're interested in your marketing package for your book, because they want to make sure that their risk is minimized because they've got a good seller, and vice versa. You know, I want to make sure this guy can really do what he says. So it's kind of a marriage of both of you taking the industry serious and taking the intellectual property serious. And so that's the good thing. So one of the ways to do that is to make sure that you have a really tight story. And tight is the key word for, even for novel writers, but screenplay especially. This, I was talking about this briefly. This is how Blake Snyder suggests to do it. We've got a little bit written out here on this down part right here, the log line here is how he suggests you write a log line. I really like that formula. In fact, I use it, you'll read it on the back of my book. The log line on the back of my book is actually a Blake Snyder formula. Because if some producer picks up my book, I want to pitch to them like that. Yeah.
Define log line.
Okay, Kevin, you define it because you were.
The log line, so whenever you go to a studio, and I'm using DreamWorks because I was there for so long. Whenever you go to a studio, you can never just knock on any of the filmmakers' doors, like the Spielbergs or the Robert Zemeckis. You can. They've got multiple layers protecting them, like a computer with firewalls. Steven Princeton had like 7 assistants. You're not going to get to him. You're not. I know that. I work with him. I know that. You're not going to get to him. And even if you do, he'll never touch your content. It always goes to the story department first, or to an executive reader, like an English major, who'll read it first. And what they'll do is they'll break it down into a logline, which is a 2-sentence brief description of your entire screenplay. Then a brief synopsis, which is about 1.5 pages of the entire script, and then 1.5 pages of the entire script. That's what they will see before they even go there. Once they see this, then they'll option buying a script or going to some kind of a bidding war and so forth. But the stories you hear are not true. It's not impossible, it's just very, very hard. The only way you can be successful is if you're consistent.
And if you polish.
So you have to keep knocking on the doors of Hollywood. You have to keep seeking for people that you might know how they can send your content to. Once you've protected it, though, you have to protect your content. And you can register on the
WGA.
Bill, I think like $20, and it's protected.
It's 20.
Yeah. Protect your
and your
IP.
copyright, definitely.
Treat this as a business. You are the CEO of your destiny. So you have to treat it like a business. You have to. Because when you go and they want to put $100 million on the table, you're considered an asset or a commodity. You're not considered a human being. Yeah.
So one of the things I did when I took my 450-page book, because that question is how do you get your novel into a 100-page script?
Okay, you guys, we are going to jump back in about 10 minutes. We're going to take a quick little break and come back. So come back in 10 minutes to catch the end of this presentation. It's phenomenal. The nuggets that they are dropping is ridiculously awesome. So come back. We'll see you in a 10, okay? Bye.